Alright, salve teta scipuli. Let's talk about transitive and intransitive verbs. Alright, so it's really not that crazy. So you have a transitive verb and an intransitive verb. A transitive verb is really the majority of your verbs. It's going to take a direct object and it can be used in the passive voice. So really, when you're dealing with transitive versus intransitive, you want to figure out if it's intransitive. Because if you can find out if it's intransitive, then you know it's not transitive. Otherwise, it is transitive. So an intransitive verb is going to talk about a state of being, or it's not going to take a direct object. So for example, two sentences here. Poeta est puella and ambulo cum te. Poeta est puella is just the poet is a girl. This is talking about a state of being. It's talking about a state of being because we're saying that the poet is a girl. We've used the verb to be, and because of that, it's intransitive. The same can be said about the other word you guys learned, the other irregular verb, possum. It's going to be intransitive because it's talking about a state of being or something that you are able to do. So it does not, it will not take a direct object, and it does not really have any movement from the verb to whatever it'd be moving to. Same with ambulo cum te, so I walk with you. Alright, ambulo is not going to take an accusative. It is not taking a direct object, and it's really talking again about a state of being. I am currently walking, and I'm currently walking with you. Now, transitive is by far what you're going to see more often than not. So this is more like your puella habet lupa. The girl has a she-wolf. So the girl, your subject, verb, the direct object. So has here is always going to be a transitive verb because you're always going to need to have a direct object. And then lupa a puella tenetur, just to show you it with the passive, the she-wolf is held by the girl. Even though you don't have a direct object in this sentence, it is considered transitive because it's passive, because if you made this sentence active, it would have a direct object. The she-wolf would be your direct object because you'd be saying the girl holds the she-wolf. So the big thing to recognize with these two verbs, well, with transitive versus intransitive, is there a direct object or is it passive? If it's one of those two things, it's automatically transitive. Otherwise, you might be looking at an intransitive, and you have to ask yourself, is it talking about a state of being? And is there something in here that could be considered a direct object? All right, hope that helps. Wale te de skipuli.